Welcome back to the Spit Out. I'm Jefferson. Alongside me, as always, the one with all the holes in his game, Swiss Cheese, and we're the disc golf world. I literally just drove 7 hours, 6.5, straight to the studio from Preserve. So we don't really have a whole lot of things prepared. We're just gonna spit. He's gonna ask me questions, I'm sure, of what things happened. I'm gonna tell you some of the behind the scenes, and then we're just gonna do the whole spit out thing where we just talk about disc golf for like 45 minutes and then end it.
And then, yeah, just randomly all
right, we're done talking for the night.
Yeah, peace out, guys.
And then we end up like, wait, we didn't talk about that. We didn't even mention that.
First things first, because this is your first tournament back, right?
Yeah, which I totally like didn't realize. I just didn't put two and two together, and so many people like straight up just asked that. Like, it's your first one. How do you feel? I'm like, I don't know. It feels like every other time I've been at an event.
Do you regret? Like, I'm sure you don't regret any bit of it, but does part of you wish you were there for the whole week?
It is completely different because last year I was there for the entire week. Like, Drew tried to qualify, so we were there super early. I would probably say yeah, because I just know how much like I could have done I had the opportunity. Now I have I know exactly what the content we make when we're there, so I would have more of a idea what to do. It like it felt like it's a job almost. Even when I'm at the events, I couldn't record things. Even though the first day I totally forgot my camera was in my bag, and they have a security person checking bags, and he's like, "Nope, go back." I was like,
shit. Really check the bags. Yeah, nice, good for them.
And it was funny because they're like, "Yeah, they don't want people filming some of the content." I'm like, "I know,
that guy."
Yeah, I did. I said that. That's funny, but yeah. So I don't I guess I can't really regret it because it's just impossible. I'm not taking off work for that, but
yeah,
just part of me is upset because I know what could have happened.
Yeah, I get that. Because like even part of me was like almost like somewhat regretting it for you, where it's like, man, you get there and it just seems rushed, right? Like
I just showed up almost. I showed up 2 hours before lead card. I was gonna watch lead card, and then I realized like, wait, there's so many people here. I could just jump on Simon's card, who I had a bet on, so I had like a little incentive to watch that. But I showed up like 2.5 hours early, and I wasn't like at the register or whatever. Because it's so different now because in a year, so they have more of a process of you pull up in your car. Then they ask you your name on the list. So before you're even barking, you're figuring all that out. Gotcha. And just like on the phone with Hutch, I'm like, hey, I'm like 3 people away. I don't know if I'm going to have tickets or not. Clutched up, got me like a volunteer ticket. I had to help him out for a little bit. I didn't have to, but I was along he just drove me around the trailer, showing me around the new thing, showing me Hutchville. Just
helped them lift a couple of things.
Yeah, threw some trash away. Yeah. I earned my volunteer badge. So
nice.
And then that helped me out for the weekend.
Bro. Way to sell that.
Good for the people.
Nice. It was awfully muddy there. And I know a lot of pros stay there. So like, and it was like that ground seems saturated for multiple days.
That was one of the first things that we were trying to figure out too, because you hear this person's stuck in the mud, this RV's stuck, this person's trying to leave, they can't get out.
Yeah. And as much as there is space, like where you enter and exit, where they like set up the RVs, is like 2 paths. So it's like no matter what, it's gonna get like.
It was also, at least it felt way more packed.
Oh really?
The entire back lot felt like there was cars spread out the entire way, where I felt like last year it was more towards just the tent area, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
But it was like really spread out, and there was people camping everywhere.
Yeah, because it's not just the pros out there. Volunteers camp. And like, yeah, everybody's kind of out there. So that's kind of the like neat little thing about preserves. Were the crowds as big as they looked on coverage?
They were pretty big. Nice. That community, they show up.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's underrated. They should get a lot more pub, in my opinion.
Just that middle of the season where it's right before Europe. It was right after a major.
I get you. And it kind of falls. But man, like, because you and I know, like, it's one of the best spectating events because there's so many bleachers everywhere. So as much as you see it on coverage, there's still, like, pockets of bleachers where there's, like, a good amount of people. So it's kind of, like, neat. And every year, man, like, I think, like, it is one of the top events. So did you bother following the lead card? Or was it just...
Never. I watched Simon day 2, and then Ganon had such a lead. I just picked and chose where I watched. We were hanging out with Cosmic Dave, and we were watching his sponsored player Lucas. And then we would just jump around pretty much wherever someone was close and where we wanted to see. A lot of mingling of just people that we were meeting and stuff.
Nice. That's dope.
I watched a lot of it just on the Jumbotron because it was Ganon walking away with it.
Yeah, dude, Ganon was just another level. Like, that is like...
I was just hoping for an 18 down. That was my only hope the last day. And once those chances were fading...
Dude, it seems like every year there's just one of those performances that he puts together, and you're just like, bro, that's
jaw on the ground,
dude. Like you will not forget that.
I feel like he's warming up now. He's even in the beginning. He talked about feeling rusty. Something wasn't right.
Yeah,
looks like he figured that out.
Yeah, and he's gonna have a week off to just grind. You know, he's gonna go home and just putt like on a knee for
and then play
200
his
times.
Damn near home course.
Yeah, so like, the dude's just gonna grind. Oh man, like he's
in
prime
back to back
position.
to back heading into the Europe swing. Dangerous, the Iceman.
He's something special, man. And it's like, yeah, it's got to start translating also, like in fandom too.
Are you
it's
seeing
like,
that? Is there
I don't know,
more
man,
Ganon fans?
I feel like now granted he's just warming up, so the hatred is not there, like the vitriol of like there's Ganon, another Ganon, like you know what I mean?
Which feels like a really weird reason to not like someone.
Yeah, dude, like, especially when he's like putting up like that, because like, dude, like, nah, that was just unreal. And they're like, as much as like everybody also kind of points out that this is an easy course, there is quite a bit of difficulty.
Are you on this team that says it's too easy?
No,
dude,
I love this event. Like, I love the fluctuation. I love that now granted, this is the one year we're talking about how great Ganon is, but like normally every other year, it's always a tight battle. Final day, it comes down to 18. The eagle play on 18 is always like clutch and creates the drama. And yeah, like it sucks when somebody bogeys and they drop like 8 spots. You know what I mean? But
that's part of Preserve. Is there's a style of disc golf where it is birdie or die, and there is, if you drop a stroke, if you get on a par streak, you are slowly dropping down the leaderboard like a fly.
Yeah, man, and I get what people want as far as like what they believe those optics are. My challenge to you are, how many memorable holes does this course have that stick into people's minds also? Like, you know what I mean? Say what you will, like, oh, scoring's all this, but like there are holes that you can't forget. You know what I mean? You have the castle hole. Now I think, man, what's the one where it's on the plateau? They changed the number. Preserve needs to get a lot more recognition that it does. The crowds show up, like you said. It plays on paper. It plays great on television. And I think it's silly that every year we kind of have the talk. Like last year kind of quieted down after what Ganon did. Like I get the talks of it, but man, like that was also something special.
Hey, when you look at the leaderboard and stuff, it's not just everyone lit it up. Ganon had an 11-stroke lead. 10th place was only 24 down. Not everyone was putting up fantastic numbers. I know the weather wasn't fantastic every day.
No.
They were battling that. But still, one person does it, and we're all up in arms about disc golf's too easy.
What about Coriolis? Like, how do you like feel like you could beat like everybody else in that field like pretty confidently, and then
that's still far away.
Yeah, it's still like, yeah, it's understood why you threw that chalk bag at him. Did you see that one? Or you
did not know.
Ganon, like he kind of yanked on the one with the river on the background, that little par 3. He yanked it a bit, and it just like nestled up right under the pin. And like Coriolis just like jokingly threw like chalk bag at him. He's like, dude, what the heck?
That's funny.
But it was just like one of those where everything goes right. And it shouldn't be a surprise that Ganon plays so well in that course, where like he can do his angle control.
Wasn't so big, the controversy and the drama. However, there is some slowly developing. There was the Ali Smith Kona, the foot fault courtesy violation, where very minor. Even in the video yesterday, I just say like, hey, this is something that happened, like a freak thing. Like, yeah, it's uncomfortable, but at the end of the day, like it happened, probably it's not gonna happen ever again.
Yeah, I think it was kind of like a situation, and I think like, but this is also gonna kind of be like with these rule changes. I kind of do see like stuff like this, because you have what Ganon said the week before, never calling it. And now you got other people that are going to kind of use this opportunity.
Yeah, I guess what I mean by that, it's like when you call like Ali, probably forever now will be extra cautious. Be like, okay, I'm not going to do something stupid like that.
Yeah,
again.
And like the fact that it was only a third person card. That's what.
Yeah, another that was going against them.
Yeah, like that was like the other thing that made it really important. Like, hey, Ali, you can't pull that at that moment when there's only 3 of us. You are the deciding factor at this point in time. So like, I get it, you're frustrated, but like, yeah. So
Yeah,
like,
still be part of it.
and I think like she would recognize that the fact that now if it was a 4-person card, would that be called? I don't necessarily believe so.
The other person would say they didn't see it or something.
No, I just think they like with that other person there, like because they were on a 3-person card, Allie had to be there, right? If you had a 4th person, like I don't think Conan necessarily would call her on a courtesy because that other person would be able to kind of like second it, or you know what I mean?
I see kind of what you're saying.
Yeah, like so I think it's like it's just a little bit of the like circumstances, and it was just it was like a little bit of a powder keg that.
Yeah, it was really
done.
nothing.
Yeah,
At the end of the
done.
day, it was just it happens, get over it type thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised it got
Unfortunate,
blown up
but-
as like large as it kind of did out there for like a couple hours.
Well, yeah, social media wasn't crazy on it, but I mean, Allie had a whole video on it, and then Conan had a response on it. So the situation, it felt like it at least was fully described from both parties. So that was cool, at least. Had something to go off of. And then the other bit of drama that came from the final round that it was funny because I was not watching live, obviously, or not with the audio on, or that I could hear from that was there. So I didn't see on hole 14, I believe, Corey Ellis throws his drive out of his hand. You hear someone in the background yell 4. And then Corey then turns, says, I believe, like, Harry, shut up, or shut up to someone. And then even on people on Facebook went to say, like, hey, who is Corey Ellis telling to shut up? And then in the comment sections, a lot of people were quick to say, some drunk fan. And I think a lot of also people were saying some drunk Ganon fan along those lines. But you had over 100 comments in a very short time. But I was just scrolling through trying to also see like, hey, what the heck was this? Trying to figure out, piece all this stuff together without seeing it live.
PI in it, I
Yeah.
getcha.
And then I come to a comment from Ganon who says, it's my friend Harry. And I was like, interesting.
Okay.
And it doesn't say Harry Chase, but I just assumed Harry Chase.
That's immediately where we go.
Yeah,
to.
but then also you see Harry Chase responding to that, saying,
nice.
no, I agree with this person who says it's a drunk fan. So I thought the whole situation was just a joke.
Who is also probably Harry Chase's burner account. Who said that it was a jokes man. Like, hey.
But then I had a piece in our video yesterday where I took out because I went to play it around with Harry the next day, and he starts explaining his side of the story about whatever the situation was and it was not him. It was not him the one yelling. At least that's what Harry told me, and I believe the guy.
Yeah.
Because he seemed very up in arms. Not like, he just seemed like affected by like, hey, this is really stupid, and my name's getting tossed in here for no reason.
Gotcha.
And then all of a sudden, it's just blows up again. A whole nothing burger because Corey Ellis parked it, and it was that didn't even affect a shot.
Yeah.
But just gotta clear his name.
Can we also talk about that eagle from AB, which is just fucking bananas? Like we've seen that hole, and like that was just, and the fact that Carter Aarons had a look almost like probably a better look than AB. I think it was shorter. Man, like if you see that hole in person, you'd just be in awe at what it takes to do that. Like classic AB, where he kind of has a rough round, but he's like also like has one of the most memorable moments of the event. Like you know what I mean? Like it's just insane. So, but that was just probably one of the best like string, well played hole, or insane played hole on the season that like sticks out in my memory.
To be honest, didn't see it.
You didn't see it at all?
No, I just
Dude, eagled it, like got it within like edge of circle or in circle too. Like, yeah, step putted, clean, eagle,
buckets. I believe it. This is part of the time where I think we left early, and because I mean again it was up by
I get it,
like whatever, and it was time. We were trying to get at least some of it like the script done before because it was just Hutchville at night. That's why I can barely keep my eyes open right now because I'm living off like 5 hours of sleep.
5 hours of sleep of Hutchville.
I don't think we left till like 2 a.m, and then I got back and
no karaoke. That was kind of
no karaoke. They had some fire bands actually though, and there were just some guys string along to the guitar for a while with some keyboard in the background that would just set the vibes right.
Nice. Did they do the putting course again?
Dude, I cashed.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I took third place.
Well played. How many times did you play it? Once?
Just once, and I didn't think I played well at all.
That's good.
So,
that was only because Matt Bell wasn't there.
Yeah, that is true. Nico was going crazy though, but it was fun. It was more organized. It felt there was the guy from KP Leagues. He was the one that organized there was like 3 flexes that were run You could pay to play and then cash or merch. And then around the duck, there was an ace race. And I think with putting courts as well, which is cool because that's something that we have been advocating for a long time. If you're going to have a big event that has space, have an ability for families, bored people. Let's be real. Everyone, all disc golfers want to just go throw frisbees.
Sure.
So there's that downtime where if you can make a little side cash of just throwing up random holes, do it.
Yeah.
Have that opportunity to do it, and they did it. So that was cool.
Yeah, and that's a good opportunity to kind of like link that up to like because that was open to the public. I know the duck was like obviously for an admission, but
Duck was huge. The duck was absolutely huge. I don't know if it had a draw or anything. Like if it really did bring attention.
I know you may not want to speak to this, but can you like also say like, hey, the price of the duck isn't that big of a deal? Because that was a little.
The price that I saw floating around on Reddit was like 12 grand. It was not 12 grand.
Okay.
I heard it was like around 6 grand.
Okay.
And the DGPT also did not pay for, so who cares? Yeah. If you want to have an attraction that you think someone can go and be a part of it, be a part of it. You know? Absolutely. If they think that it's going to draw more people to the preserve.
Bro, the duck played as far as like all the background shots
on 18.
Yeah, man.
The putting ones.
Yeah. The duck played. The duck played.
I will say, looking back, right? You show a picture of Silva or whoever holding a trophy, and the duck is in the background. And then you just show some random person. Don't you think they're gonna ask why is there a big duck? And there's not really like an answer other than we just got a duck there.
I will say like the wave of emotions. Like at first you hear about the largest rubber ducky and you kind of like chuckle and just be like fucking disc golf, man. And then you see it, you're like, oh, that's kind of goofy. And then you're like, I fucks with the duck, bro. You know what I mean? Like by the end of it, I'm like, I don't mind it. Like let it play. Have it returned next year, bring it back, like run it back. I'm fine with it. Like I don't know if everybody else fucking messed with the ducks, but I fucks with it. That's for sure.
I was cool with it. Like I don't think it was a problem.
Yeah,
it didn't detract from anything. It was just in a random area.
How was the food?
Dude, I never got it, but they really had hot dogs on a glazed donut that I just kept staring at. I'm like, I'm not that. I don't know if I could pull the trigger on that. It just looked really interesting. Other than that,
did you get any of the ice cream? Didn't we always get like the ice cream there when we used to go? Or no, milkshake.
There was no milkshake.
Oh man, the milkshake.
They had more food trucks though.
Oh, that's dope.
So that was better.
Good stop, man. If you guys ever get a chance, Preserve's
up there. Yeah. Hang out at Hutchville. I got Simon to try our beer.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Well, he straight up said that he's gonna be brutally honest, and then said that he didn't love it, but it wasn't horrible. So we take that.
Yeah, that's dumb.
And it was kind of warm. Like
that's dumb.
He finished it. I'm like, hey,
yeah.
And then he called me fat.
Nice. There you go.
So,
full circle there.
Yeah, it's dope.
Full circle.
So, yeah.
Welcome back. First, was there anybody shocking that like came up to you and was like, "Oh man, that dude came and spoke to me"?
Greg Barsby gave me a head nod. I don't know if he was just doing that to do that, but I was like, "Yeah, dude, respect."
Yeah, Barsby.
That's cool.
Right. That's a flex. That's a bigger. I think that's a bigger flex than most.
You know who our number one, like legit, might be our number one fan. I definitely found out. I kind of
sure. Let's hear it.
Casey White, man.
Oh yeah.
Like the dude, he loves us, and I love it. Like it's dope. His final round, I'm upset that I wasn't there, but Casey, you teed off too early for me to be there. Unfortunately, he wore the Disc Golf World hat his final round.
Oh, that's sick.
Someone's got a video of him, Disc Golf World hat, throwing an upside down tilt shot. And I want the video.
Oh, that'd be...
Especially if you could see the hat on, because that's fire.
That's bonus points?
Yeah, dude.
Nice, yeah.
But it's cool. Now we can say that we have like a player wearing our merch on the course, dude. That's dope.
That is quite...
That's like a bucket list item at some point.
That's another like, hey, we've kind of made it. Check.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, career check milestone. Like, yeah, Casey White.
When I was just chilling in the Venture Village, I don't know what. I think they were just throwing frisbees back and forth, and all of a sudden you see a kid on the ground that dislocated his knee. They had the fire trucks come, or not an ambulance, firefighters. They had to pick him up. Then later at night, like around 10, 11, he's fucking vibing in crutches at the Hutchville partying.
Wait. There was a kid who dislocated his knee.
Kid's strong. He's like probably 20 something.
Okay, all right, nice. That's not surprising. Then he returned.
Yeah, he was off whatever drugs they gave him at the hospital for sure. But
he
was living,
bro. That's like it. That's a fan.
Shout out, because I'm pretty sure he was part of the Minnesota Minnesota Frisbee Association. They fuck with us.
Nice.
Reason I figured out about that was I'm just chilling, and all of a sudden I hear, Jefferson, want a beer? I'm like, yes, I do.
Nice.
Where did that come from?
Nice.
And yeah, then I bought him a shirt because support. Totally not because the guy said if you're wearing any merch, it'll give you free beer all weekend. Totally because
Totally. It was
I'm a part of the MFA. I got Stash Disc. He's one of my favorites, though. Check. I show up, and obviously the first thing I do is like, just show me the destroyers.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Really?
Trash. Trash. I mean, he doesn't even probably know what YouTube is. But I did pick up one, and I've been seeing this probably for over a year, and I just pulled the trigger finally. A Kona stamp. So back must have been 2018-ish, 2019.
Like the Swan Destroyer?
No, it just says Kona on it. And on the bottom, Freddie Mesa's name's on it. So that's kind of cool. And then it's apparently Casey White's favorite run of destroyers, but that was probably at the same time he was selling destroyers. That's pre-Disc Mania. He's around, my age. We both just had crushes on Kona at the time. Let's be real.
Probably.
Right? That's why you think it's the best. Like, I'm just saying. Oh, I gotta tell you this, because I told the guy, this is wild too. I'm probably here for maybe 10 minutes, and we go up to the concession stand, and they're selling, if you're noticing this, it's like the Hutchville, the preserve, like the whole branding. They have like their own preserve, THC tea, like tea, was it tea or was it like a lemonade or something? Oh, whatever. It was, so I got one of those, and he's like, I gotta go do this, I'm leaving you here. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be left. Make some different friends. And there was a guy there, and he was talking to me because he's like, oh, you're from Wisconsin. High Bridge, course, the property with a bunch of different courses. You can stay in their cabins. He was telling me all about this. And then he's describing about this time that they aced. And apparently on this course, on hole 14 or whatever, they just decide we play this hole naked. And they do this every year. They go, and this is like the 5th year that they're going ever. And for some reason, every time that hole, everyone just strips down, no question, and there's 6 dudes, they could get naked, and they play the hole. He tells me that straight face like it was normal, like I'm not supposed to ask any questions about it.
Yeah, like there's supposed to be no rebuttals.
Yeah,
no,
I had to be like, pause,
can we roll something there? Like, what time of year is it?
But yeah, apparently one time, they're all naked, guy aced it. They all just ran down to the basket. Just 6 dudes running naked to the basket.
Flopping around all over the place. Just fucking.
And then apparently they get back to the pro shop at the end. The ranger guy's like, hey, did one of you guys get an ace? Or whatever. And then he's like, well, were you guys all naked? Apparently. He liked it. He was a fan. He was just happy they aced.
Yeah, the Rangers are like, fuck, I'm not even mad at you guys. That's it.
I knew the guy for less than 5 minutes.
That's fucking wild,
and I heard the greatest story in my life.
Dude, like, disc golfers, man, are like another level. Like, we've met some characters, man, and there's like, they are quick.
First thing I saw him at Hutchville, he's talking to Casey. And I needed a place to go hang out because I don't want to stand alone. First thing I'm like, oh, you're talking to him the Naked Ace story. And I just called him the Naked Ace guy. Then you're gonna be like this one. Another guy on the dance floor kept really wanting me to be a part of the whole up close, and because he was getting jiggy on the dance floor, and I stood from afar.
Hey, I'm a fucking grown ass man. I'm not gonna dance. Like,
oh man, he was way older than me.
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, most grown ass men don't dance. Like,
well, he was killing it out there, and he comes up and he's like, "Oh, you appreciate what you guys do." He's like, "I just love the story. That's Swiss. The one guy, meth, and the meth story." I was like, "He's gonna love hearing that. He loves that story."
Characters, bro. Yeah. Hey, I also want to shout out. You also met the man, the myth, the legend that few know, but once you meet the man, you will never forget this man. If you ever have the chance, Larry was at this.
Larry was there. I saw him from afar. I ran my ass right to him. Larry! Oh, that guy's awesome.
Dude, that dude's like another level, man. Just pops off at the like elite stops, like all over.
Selling, he's got Wizards with his own stamp that he's selling in the back of his trunk for $20. He's hustling. He's out there on the grind.
Is he still in the RV or is he like?
No, dude, he's just got like normal car. He just sleeps in. He's told me his strategy. He's like, you just party all night till you can't close your or open your eyes anymore. Then you're asleep. Genius.
Fucking Larry's Larry's out there.
One day we'll do something on Larry. I'm gonna interview him one day. The guy
do
won't
like a
shut
long,
up.
long,
The dude literally will yap your ear off. I gave him a
Dude.
mic one time, froze, didn't even have anything to say. I'm like, Larry, bro.
Remember when we put Larry in a coma at Maple Hill?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. He reminds me of that. I think he doesn't know my name, but he'll tell me about the
he does not remind you of your name,
No.
but he's like still embedded.
And I love it too because it's every time it's like forgets my name. I tell him he's like, oh yeah. He can always tell me I'm from Wisconsin though. He's got that locked in for some reason. But then every time at the end I leave it, he's like Jefferson. I'm never gonna forget. He's gonna fucking forget. Guarantee it. I put
Larry's
money
the
on
crazy
it.
dude. Larry's crazy because he like becomes best friends with everybody once he meets them. He's just in wild. Just
I saw it happen every time. The best part, he just pulls a random date and will tell you a story. And you're like, how did we get here? And the story's not even that good to be told.
Let's be real. Some of Larry's claims is like, Larry, bro, you really play that many courses? Or like, Larry, you really do this? Like, this is a little bit too much here.
Well, yeah, I said one day we'll do a full-on interview with him.
Dude, like the most mysterious man in disc golf, Larry.
Well, I'm trying to get that. I did an interview with Cosmic Dave.
Cool.
He stayed with him in the hotel. Shout out Cosmic Dave.
Nice.
Talked about his story. I like him because he likes to just always bring back. He's like the cosmic timing of things, and it all works out. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this makes sense. You bought a Nico Mini
Did he buy one of the Earth ones
with the crystal.
Yeah. Nice. Wow. what a nice. That's that's pretty dope. That's that's a good bar. But I think it is cool to get like regional people. Like I do kind of like tell those stories, like especially like people who kind of impact disc golf in their area.
Folks, this was probably a subpar podcast.
Probably a little
But
bit.
if you're a disc golf fan, you might have enjoyed it.
Nice.
I'm really tired. It's 11:30 right now. I'm gonna have to edit this. We don't got time to read through it.
All right, nice. Let's wrap it up and get Jefferson to bed.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. It was fun to be back. Hopefully we can be back at other events. I know the next one we'll be at is Finland.
That's wild.
So check out all our supporting stuff. Links will hopefully be in the description if I remember. Or just head over to Happy with Bars website. He's got you. Later.